diba? We have a lot of ideas, but our capacity to execute is only 8 hours a day. At most, nag-overtime ka 10 hours a day. You have only 2 hands. If you have staff, kung ilan lang hands ng staff. So, what I suggest is you focus. Just focus. And again, I'm Alina Sison. You can contact me at 0917-627-087 for consultation. Pag wala na kami research, I can answer your questions. Walang bayad. Again, kung hindi yung pag-research yung for 2 days or 1 day, wala namang bayad. That's for free. Thank you so much. See you again next Saturday. It's a very, very lengthy introduction, but I would prefer that I'll be called ng mag-lead. So, I'm very sure. Marami mind ko, because I'm managing data Sison. So, ayan. I'm tasked to talk for how many minutes? 1 hour? I said 1 hour lang. 1 hour lang. So, protesta yata sila yung next speaker if I'll stay more than 1 hour. So, I'll try as much as possible to finish my talk within 1 hour. So, again, we're from professionals of the future. I'm Alina Sison. And you can call me Alina. You can consult for free, just in case. Paglilitsyon, pwede. Pwede din accounting, audit, tax, pwede. And then, ayan, I'm part of the SJC group of companies. We have almost, I think, I'm not sure, I think we have about 12 companies. CP, this I41, Actos Global is into development of software, payroll software, DAS payroll, and then I41 is more on training and sales, and DADAS is pagkain. So, makikita nyo naman. So, ako naman. Saan mga this one, okay. This one, I'll share these disciplines with you. Who are leaders here, like supervisors or managers? Wala. Puro kayo staff. So anyway, actually, this one is applicable to both leaders and managers. May paparazzi ako kaya kailangan na okay, so I bought this book in May. Ano to sa social to sa New York to binili right in front of Empire State. There is Amazon bookstore. So I bought this book, so I'm sharing this with you. So we have as mentioned, there are 4 disciplines. This afternoon I'll discuss 1 discipline because I'm given only 1 hour. So ang buong libro ito hindi ko naman kayang i-discuss in 1 hour the 4 sessions. So if those of you who wants to learn more about these executions, disciplines, you join us again next Saturday. Next Saturday. Kasi possibly we'll discuss this in 3 to 4 Saturdays. Yeah. Okay. This one, I'd like to ask questions. What is the bigger issue in your company? Is it strategic planning or execution of the plans? Parating execution, no? Parating execution. Why? Ako nga gusto kong parating sinasabi, magda-diet ako. Every year, every single month, every single day, magda-diet ako. Pero hindi nangyayari, di ba? We're very, Filipinos lalo na, we're very good at planning. Diba? Lilinis ako. Diba? We have strategic planning in our companies. Who has strategic planning in the companies? O meron mo tayo IC. How about for others? Sino ka palang outsider dito? Hindi na kasi hindi ko nakilala yung staff namin. Who are outsiders here? From third party? From other companies kayo po. From other companies. Uy, welcome here. Join us every Saturday. Yan. Yeah. We have Wala po yun. So, sa execution, who has strategic planning in your companies? You have formal strategic planning. Meron. You have? Meron. In your company mo? Meron. Pagpakatotoo kayo, okay na din ang sasabihan natin ng boss. You have formal strategic planning. Like, usually we do this every year. Before the start of the year or before the year ends, we do strategic planning for the following year. Who has a formal strategic planning? Wala. Uy, mag-planning kayo. You do strategic planning. But siguro in the future, I will discuss how to do the strategic planning. But for now, this is the execution part already. This is assuming that you have already your strategic plan. Ito na, who has mission and vision in the company? So, ano na yan? Pag wala ba kayong mission and vision? Kung sitigil mo yun, you have no direction in your company. Meron naman kayong goal in your company. You have goals. You have strategic plan. Kahit hindi ka nagpa-formal na lang. Oo, usap-usap na lang. Ito na gagawin natin for the year. Bora na tayo. Diba? So, this one, I will discuss the execution part. Siguro in the future, I will discuss how to do the strategic plan, how to do the mission and vision for the company. Because it's very, very important. And you have your mission, you have your vision, you have your strategic plan. Kasi how can you execute? I'm discussing execution na. No? I assume kasi you have already your plans. So I will discuss, tawid tayo diretso sa execution. So the most difficult is the execution, right? What are the reasons why we can't execute? Sige nga, sample. Wala. Talagang na-execute nyo lahat. Talagang perfect. So, who has example? Why can't why do we fail in our plans? Wala. Pero successful lahat pala. Sorry. Sinama ko pa ito sa talk ko eh. Yes, ma'am.
Inability to meet the time frame.
The time frame, yes.
Because sometimes
daming work. Who else? Pero 100, at sa inyo din na 100% successful, no? Hindi. What's the reason, no?
unable to reach quota.
They were unable to reach the quota. Sa inyo, sir? Lack of resources. In your case, ma'am? Successful sila, ma'am. Successful. Huwag na natin siya isama. Tayo lang hindi successful. Okay. This is based on research. One of the challenges on execution is lack of clarity of goal. Diba? Parang hindi alam sa baba. Diba hindi alam? At experience nyo yun. Si sir lang nakakaalam niya that is our target. That's the goal of the department or that's the goal of the management. Ito, this is based on research. Only 1 out of 7, that's 14% knows the most important goal of the company. OMG, hindi alam lahat. Gora lang ng gora, mga ang nagawa ko dito. Taray wala, di ba? So, 15% could not identify even one of the 3 goals of the company. So, parang the top management maybe made the plans, tapos wala, you're not able to cascade it down. So, the people doesn't know. 85% erroneously stated the goals of the company. Hindi alam lahat. So, that's one of the reasons. So, go back to your strategies and your plans. Ako na naman di alam ng mga staff. Sila sir and ma'am lang nakakaalam na we need to do this and that. And then, they will tell the staff, pieces by pieces lang. So, you really need to make sure that your goals and your strategies are cascaded down to the lowest level. And then another is lack of commitment. Totoo, diba? Even those, this is based on research, even those who know the goal may not be committed. Oo nga. Kaya alam ko ba, I'm working here only from 8 to 5. Diba? Diba ko kay boss? Siya naman nag-set niyan. Diba? Parang I don't care. Only ito this is based on research. Only 51% are passionate about the goal. OMG, 51 per at least nakalagpas ka lahat, may isa. Di ba may isa? Lagpas sa 50%. This is based on research. Only 51% are passionate about the goal. So we really have to make campaigns for the goals of the company. So you just isulat dyan sa PowerPoint, you need also to campaign to your staff to make sure that they understand and to make sure that they execute the plans. And then, lack of accountability. 81% said they are not accountable. Basta, hindi man natin yan. Yung department yan, sa training yan, sa HR yan, sa marketing yan, I don't care. So that's based on research, 81%. So we really need to make them accountable. So each department, each staff, each division. Lack of collaboration, we don't talk much. Ito. Sinong maganda na accountant? Bihira, di ba? See, we're always at the back office doing the vouchers and everything. Hindi lumalabas ang kwarto. Isa din ito sa reason. We don't collaborate. And then we have that comfort zone in our room, on our table. So wala. Wala lang. Wala kayo dyan sa targets niyo. So lack of collaboration. But this is the real challenge. When you execute your plans, this is the biggest and the real challenge in execution. Whirlwind. Tawag nila doon sa book is whirlwind. In our case, it's the day-to-day job. Diba? That's a day-to-day job. Usually when you have a book, that's additional work. Diba? For the year, sige, for this year, we will add more revenues. Increase the revenues to this much. Siyempre, you need to do more because you have a revenue of this much. So that's additional work. Itong whirlwind, that's the day-to-day. You really need to process your voucher. You really need also to collect. Araw-araw. Usually, this whirlwind is 80% of what we are doing. If you are assigned in the payables department, siyempre, collection. Mali. Payment. Collection ng supplier. So, if you're assigned in the receivables, that was the day-to-day collection. And then if you're assigned in the payroll, the day-to-day preparation of the related work related to payroll. So parang may whirlwind tayo, we have day-to-day job, that's why we're not able to be successful in our plans. Agree? Bakit tayo nag-reklamo, dami ko naman ginagawa. Like, in our case, I used to work with 7-Eleven. I was there when 7-Eleven Taiwan purchased 7-Eleven. So we implemented a new system. Oracle. We implemented a new system, and then because there was a change in management, many people resigned. So that you are implementing a new system, many people resign. So you're doing jobs for 3 persons. Pero tuloy pa rin. So that's the reason also some of the plans are not being executed. So we will teach you how to make sure that these are executed. Yan. Yung day-to-day job natin, that's the whirlwind. They are urgent. Day-to-day, you need to process the voucher for this training. You need to process the voucher for payroll. Day-to-day job, they are very, very urgent. Whereas the goals, these are new, they are important for the company to grow. Kasi if you will only do your day-to-day job, steady lang yan. Diba steady? If you will not do strategic planning in your company, wala naman okay, we're happy where we have our salaries every 15th and 30th. May 13th month naman tayo at the end of the year, but the company will not grow. Maybe the company will even die after 1 year or 2 years. So you need to have goals for the year. Ginagawa natin yan, kaya nga we need to do strategic planning every year for the company to survive and grow. Hindi lang survive, to grow talaga ng malaki. Wala. So, these are new activities. You have to act on it. They are new and different activities. Tapos, the problem is, it conflicts with your day-to-day job. Additional na work kaya ito. Diba? Additional work ito. So, and then, these are important goals in the face of competing priorities. You have a lot of priorities. You have a lot of, di ba pag saan ko na po umako? Tapos dinagdagan pa ako ni boss. We will increase daw the sales to this much. Or we have a new project that we have to finish by the end of the year. So, hindi mo na alam anong unahin. So that's why we will discuss this. And there are four disciplines of execution. This is actually very, very popular. Even the authors are very popular. These are being implemented by big companies, and mind you, they were very, very successful when they implemented this execution disciplines. The first is focus on the widely important. Focus on the widely important. I will discuss today the widely important. Alam ako yung widely important sa akin, pumayat. I-identify nyo ano ba ang very important nyo for your company. Act on the lead measures. I will discuss how next Saturday. Mag-join kayo next Saturday. I will discuss this lead measures. Kano lang bayad natin? Wala, di ba? I think you will pay only for the certificate and the Jolly naman na nag-ito. And then, wala na kayong bayad sa speaker. Wala kayong bayad sa speaker. And then, keep a compelling scoreboard. Sorry na lang, mga Amerikano gumawa. Ayan tayo, we don't use compelling. So, keep a compelling scoreboard. And then, create a cadence daw of accountability. Research ko pala, how do you pronounce this? Cadence. It's more on rhythm. Actually, cadence is being used for music. Rhythm lang yung music. But we're doing this already they're using this already for business. Parang ano siya yung system of monitoring. Parang system of monitoring. Okay, so this afternoon, we'll discuss this focus on wildly important. Yan. This one, discipline 1 is focus, di ba? If you will notice, yung arrow ko is going back from right to left. From right to left. Because lahat ito, we need to monitor. Like, for accountability purposes, act on lead measures, focus on widely important. And both of this, discipline 1 and number 2, should have a scoreboard. When you say scoreboard, it's the monitoring sheets or monitoring on how you are doing with your plans. Hindi naman pwede you have a plan. Sige, execute the plan, execute. You don't know what's happening. Diba, at the end of the year, ano yan? Wala lang. So, you should have that monitoring also for discipline 1 and 2. And the circle here is all of this, we should have accountability. We should identify the person accountable for each activity that you will give to your staff for you to achieve the goal of the company. Yeah. This one, the first discipline actually is the discipline of focus. Ano lang, yun lang ang maintindihan. Focus. Diba I mentioned, you have a lot of activities, you have a lot of goals. You have your 80% yung world with, yung dami-dami yun eh. Dami-dami yan. But you need to focus. Ito, this is my battle cry even for our company. We used to have several pag-business na hindi naman ganun kalaki. Because we were into Litson Manok. So sabi ko, we have trucks at that time. So may kami. So we hired, let's set up auto repair shop. Kasi sayang naman, yung mechanic namin wala ginagawa. We don't have much repairs in our trucks. Kasi natututukan. Kaya we don't do the business. So hindi rin ang successful yun. We even opened mga tapsilugan. We even opened distribution of fresh chicken to markets, to wet markets. We even purchased a location in big markets in Metro Manila for us to distribute the chicken. And then the biggest blunder that we made is we went into investment in sludge treatment. Like there is this used oil and then it will be reprocessed in the plant. Supposedly, it will be processed into bunker fuel from bunker. So we're thinking this will work. Kaya lang, when you are doing so much and then you don't know the technology, you are not, accountant tayo eh. So anong alam natin sa pag-auto mechanic? What do we know about sludge treatment? So at the end of those ventures, we lose a lot of money. Let's say we lose a lot of money. It took us how many years to recover. So our battle cry in our company actually is focus. So we focus now on the society data. We focus now on data alone. Because we close all other businesses. Dito na lang tayo. Saan ba tayo kumikita? Saan bang madali? Saan bang alam natin? So we focus na lang on data. So again, focus. Wildly important goal. In the book, they call it WIG. In our company, we call it TBE. Kasi most of the teachings in the book, we are doing already in our companies. We call it TBA, to be achieved. Agree? Mga taga dito. We have to be achieved every week. So meron kami TBA. So you need to identify your wildly important goal. And then the more you try to do, the less you accomplish. Agree? Dami-dami mong gusto gawin na ito, listahan mo, sa pa na. But you can't achieve anything. Alam mo tapos, at the end of the week, tapos pa, wala. And then, there will always be more good ideas than there is capacity to execute. As leaders, as bosses, usually, we have a lot of ideas. Gawin natin ito, gawin natin ito, gawin natin. Ang dami-dami, di ba? Kasi we always want to do more. That's the nature of people. So we want to do more. But you need to, again, you need to focus on the wildly important. Those activities which can support your main goal. Kasi piliin mo na, ito ang main goal mo. At hindi going ka pa. You need to identify those activities or those goals which can support the main goal. So, select 1 or 2 or 3 weeks at most. Ginagawa ko to. If you notice, I always ask for top 3. Top 3 lang. 2 or 3. If you can't accomplish 3, ito, kung hindi 1. Very, very classic example na. I talk to our recruitment in Leyte because for Dadas, we have recruitment in Leyte. So, every week we have meetings to update on our TBA. Every week they have to present their TBA and then the accomplishment, kailangan nila yon, TBA for this week and then accomplishment of previous week and then issues and concern. Yun ang nire-report sa amin per department, per company, per staff actually. For staff level, we even monitor on a daily basis. At the end of the day, they have to report what happened. Dapat kasi at most, meron kang at least once a week meeting with your staff for you to be updated on what is happening in your team, in your group. So, dun sa Leyte, we have this recruitment. I said, yung bang nasa target nila, 33 approved ang nila every week. We meet every week. So, our target is every week. So, 33 daw. So, sabi ko, anong totoo? Ilan ba talagang kaya ng i-hire? 10 lang. Ilan po lang pala. Don't put 33 as your target. That's the week, the week ngayong 33. Sabi niya, I can hire only 10. I can go to barangays for 10 yata barangays, and then I can only hire 10. I told them, dalawa sila. I told them, okay, your target will be 5. Partida na yan, 5 lang. Parang na-achieve nila yung 5. Ako-focus lang sila. We will recruit only 3 group, 5 group. Hindi na 33, hindi na 10, 5 lang. So, na-achieve nila yung 5. It's doable for them. So, every week naman, I make sure that they achieve that 5 groups. Same lang sa ibang departments. Sometimes they present very, very high targets every week. Sabi ko, totoo yan. Ito lang tayo yun. So we break down the targets, the goals into weeks. We break it down into weeks. Pwede nyo rin gawin yung companies. We can break it down into weeks. So, for other stuff, because they don't have that whirlwind, or konti lang ang whirlwind nila. So, we add more, like 3 or 4. But for others who has whirlwind, or day-to-day, konti lang, isa dalawa lang. Kasi add-on lang itong role na to. Like, even our marketing kasama nito. We usually have that list of the things that they will accomplish. We want a video for supplier of tanglad, supplier of uling, customer, video for products, video of this and that. So, ang dami. So, we notice na sa dami ng sinisimulan, at the end of the week, natapos. Meron konti. So, what I did also is top 3 lang, gawin mo lang to, or maybe sometimes top 4. Tapos may sisingit lang yan ng konti, paggawa ko ng video, picture na to. So, kaya in 1 week. Actually, they're able to accomplish more. Unlike before, at the end of the week, tapos wala. Pagka 5% pala, 3%, iba 50%, 90%, they will present to me the percentage of completion, which is walang 100%. So this approach, you make sure that at the end of the week, kasi weekly ang namin, presentations, at the end of the week, there is something is accomplished. Identify the most important objective that will be achieved without special attention. Ano yun? So before you, this is a challenge. How do I identify the most important? Kasi if you will notice, with your activities, ang dami doon lahat naman importante. Di ba lahat? Kasi lahat priority number 1. Lahat priority number 2. Ayan, this one. This is our goal for next year. This is the building of the task. That's why I said there should be a special attention for you. This is the building of the task. We're supposed to start this next year. So ginawa na namin for one. Because if we construct this will be about 40 to 45 million. Marali mong kabako dyan. Nasa cellphone ko yan eh. Nasa wall ng cellphone ko. Every time tulungan mo kami dito. Halos 5 floors yan. Sa kalaki ng bases, I think 400 plus square meters. So, we're doing a lot already for this. Like, savings every day. Lahat ng liit, i-save na natin, taba, nakasave na, hindi na halos sa operations, pati dyan, yung mga bote natin dyan, yung mga basura, na pwedeng ibenta, namin. But we realized, it's not enough. Mga basura pala. May pera sa basura, but not enough to build a building with 5 floors. Kulang pa rin. So we need to strategize. And then I said, ano yung kailangan natin dito? Talino at diskarte. Ngayon na tagline namin doon. Talino at diskarte for us to build this without loan. Because we computed. Ito ba ako? Meron. Taga-bangko. Sorry, taga-bangko. According to my friend ko naman ang taga-bangko. Like I said, taga-metro bangko na friend. If I will loan 20 million, how much will be the rest? Ano yan? In 5 years, sasabihin 5 years. So, lumalabas, 8 plus million ang interest. That's 130 to 150 interest a month. Ang daming uling na mas ang daming uling na maabot. Or you can even pay for the interest. Ang laki. So that's why we decided, sige, we try na lang to generate more income. Kasi kami ganun na. Increase the revenue, reduce the cost just for us to build this. Lahat na ginawa, increase na, tapos isa na doon, yung financials, talagang tumutugon na yung mga utak namin para lang matayo ito. So, ito, sa focus, no? Sa conventional thinking, all our goals are priority 1. Diba lahat? Nilista mo na lahat. ay, lahat naman kaya kailangan kong simulan. Lahat kailangan mong gawin. Di ba? Ganun tayo. Priority number 1. But you have to make sure that you choose the most important and the goal which has the most impact to your main goal. Doon ka na tumuto. Paligoy-ligoy. Papatumpik-tumpik ang doon. So, this one, the execution principle, many of our goals are important, but only 1 or 2 are wildly important. So what I do with kasi most of the leaders, they usually put all the activities, lahat sinulat. Sabi ko, sulat mo lang lahat dyan, but choose the top 3 or top 2 that you will do this week. The rest, you can do it the following week. The rest, the following week. Hindi pwedeng gusto ko gawin lahat ngayong week. Patay ka na sa ka-overtime. Iba hindi kaya. Mag-overtime na nga tayo sa regular job pa lang. So, ito we can successfully multitask 5, 10, or 15 important goals. Yan ang alam natin before. Kaya nga yung accountants, we always do overtime. Kasi we try to multitask. Lahat ginagawa totoo. Totoo, di ba? Ginawa mo na lahat. But, all we need to do is to work hard and longer. Agree? Kaya nga, the accountants will be the one to turn on the lights, turn on the aircon, and the last one also to turn, and you'll be the one to turn off the lights, turn off the aircon, and every computers in your office. Totoo?
Yes.
Oo, di ba? Tayo ng last man out. If you have a last man out in your company, ikaw ang doon, responsible for that. Because you will always stay late in the company. All others, sales, marketing, they're out already at 5 o'clock. But accountants, we like to do more. We like to multitask. But in here, in the new approach, you have to focus your effort on 1 or 2 important goals at a time. That's why, again, you list down all your to-dos mo or to be achieved, and then get the most, the top priority. Get the top priority. The one which will help you achieve the main goal. Yan, tingnan nyo ito Yan pala ito. Yan. Number of goals, these are additional to your whirlwind, your day-to-day, di ba? This is at most 20% of your time. If you have this goal of 2 to 3, the chances that you will be able to accomplish 2 to 3 is high if you have only a goal of 2 to 3. But if you have a goal of 4 to 10, ang ma-achieve mo rin 1 to 2. Bakit? Sinimulan mo lahat up to 10 eh. At the end of the week, yung iba 50%, iba 80%, 90%, pero naman ang 100% ng isa, yung dalawa. If you have a goal you set a goal of 11 to 20, wala na tapos. The same is true with your staff. Binigyan mong staff ng sandamakmak na gagawin. 20 activities for the staff. At the end of the week, or at the end of the month, the staff will not accomplish anything. Agree? 2 to 3 only every week. If you can't accomplish, I always ask for a TBA for 1 week. 1 week lang. Kasi every week I monitor the accomplishment of the staff, of the managers of the department. So 2 to 3 lang. If they cannot accomplish the 3, yung dalawa, if not 1 lang. Kasi parang just imagine if you have 3 activities, the 3 goals for that week. You're able to do this 100%. The other one you're able to do 50%. The other one is 0%. Kasama ng pakiramdam. You don't want to report to your boss. Boss, nakahiya. Hindi mo nakatapos. You don't want to show up in the meeting because you're not able to finish, diba? Pwede na ako mag-report. Si Kid na ako. But if you set target of 2 activities, which probably you can finish, during presentation of the accomplishment, you're very proud because you're able to accomplish your goals. 100% ako sa dalawa ko. Diba? Unlike yung pakitaan mo, lahat 0%, yung ginawa mo. Buong week, diba? So focus. Ayan. How do you determine your week or your TBA? Don't ask what is the most important. Because all are important. Lahat yan. Yung boss mo, to tell you honestly, your boss will say, importante yan. Mas importante. Importante. Lahat naman sa 10 niyang ipinapagawa, lahat importante. Di ba wala naman sinabi si boss na, yan importante. Sino bang boss ang sabi na, gawin mo ko, gawin yan importante. Mas meron mo pinapagawa, yun po, that's importante. So you have to do this. If everything else remained the same, what is the one thing that you could change that could have the greatest impact? Ano yung may greatest impact in your organization, in your activities? You don't have to move. Like ako, I'm very honest. If the activity is revenue generating, I focus on it. If it's cost, sunod na kami. Sunod kayo, kasi cost yan eh, pera yan eh. So I focus on the revenue generating. Like in our case, sa Dadas, no? If there is malfunction in operations, and operations will be affected. Drop everything, you do that. Sa revenue yan. So ganun din, you focus on one thing that could change that, one thing you could change that would have a greatest impact on your organization. Yan. How do you determine your week? When you define your week or TBA, where you have to identify where you are now, where you want to be at by when. By when? Kailan? Kasi parang ako sinasabi, 160 pounds, parang 160 pounds lang. Feeling lang, no? From 160 pounds to 145 pounds by end of August. So, nagsisinungaling ka, parang from 180 pounds. Anyway, okay. Yan, you have to define your starting line, your finish line, and then your deadline. Parang ano yun, from 160 to 145 pounds by end of August. So may deadline dapat. Because if you give a TBA, and then there's no deadline, aabutin niya ng end of the year. You should have always deadline. So this one is TBA. Ako, I always do weekly. So this week, this is your TBA. Next week, when we present or you present your accomplishment, yung accomplishment to last week. So it's always weekly. Deadline is on. Yan. You define your week or your TBA according to these rules. Begin daw with a verb. Nalipan ko pa nga. Ano nga ba yung verb? Sige nga. Baka hindi na alam. Action. And then, define your lag measure. I will discuss on next Saturday the meaning of lag measures in terms of X to Y by when. Ito yung from 160 to 145 pounds by August. Keep it simple and focus on what, not how. Meaning sa what is the objective. What do you want to achieve? Don't focus on the procedures. Focus on the what. Okay, baka naman paikot-ikot ka lang sa procedure, no? Ako, when I set activities, always go for the objective. Anong objective? Bakit mo gawin yan? So, focus on the objective. Yan, example. Yan. Save money for a trip in August. That's very big. So, but the good goal is increase savings account from 10,000 to 50,000 by end of August. So, dapat ganyan ang pag-ano natin ng goal. Begin daw with a verb. Yung simple verbs focus on the mind immediately on action. 145 pounds by August 31. Not this one. I'm committed to losing weight and becoming healthier. Wag na. Hindi na natin lalagyan pa ng palabok yung natin. Rules na natin. We focus on what, not how. Yan. Focus on objective, not on the procedures. Like, reduce body weight from 160 to 145. Not this. Reduce body weight from 160 to 145. Lagay mo ka through healthy diet and intensive exercise. Alam naman natin yun eh. We need to have a healthy diet and intensive exercise. So, wala na daw. Para simple lang yung rules mo. And then, this one. How do you focus your week in your company. Yan. Again, I mentioned 1 to 2 or 3 weeks or TBA at the same time. Isa lang. Sa amin, again, weekly. We have TBA weekly. So kung ano lang yung kaya, do not give TBA to your staff. Ikaw man mismo. If you are preparing your TBA, do not prepare a TBA which is beyond your capacity. Eh, siyempre, the boss will expect that you'll be, because you're the one who set that TBA. The boss will assume that you can do it. Kaya anong pala, nilubola mo lang pala si boss. Nilubola lang pala si boss, so hindi pwede, okay? The battles you choose must win the war. Ano yung battles? Battles, yung war is the higher go, TBA. The war is the higher, the battles is the lower TBA. I have illustration later. Senior leaders can veto but not dictate. Again, leaders should not, you can only disapprove but do not dictate. We're doing this in our company. Like, the staff should be involved in the formulation of the goals. The strat plan, do you involve the staff? Wala, si boss lang. Si boss lang nag-strat plan. Dapat this, it should be the top, bottom to top, top to bottom. Again, top to bottom, bottom to top. In short, all should be involved. Hindi siya pwedeng top to bottom. Because what happens is, the staff will not have abide in the idea. They will not support your goal. Because they don't know, ano naman kaya lang. Siya lang mo nakakalam nun. So the staff should be involved. So even in the strategic planning, you need to involve the staff. In fact, ako sa TBA, I always ask the managers, anong TBA? I don't say the TBAs of the staff. Sometimes also, pag alam ko, ito gawin mo ngayon. But most of the time, I ask the managers, what is your TBA for this week? Para they know what to do. Then, since they were the one who committed that goal, you need to deliver it. Diba? So, again, leaders can veto but not dictate. All weeks or TBA must have a finish line. Kanina discuss ko, X to Y, and when. Yan. This one is, you have a lot of weeks. May week ka dito, there is another week. Meaning, if there is a company goal, there is a department goal. And then break down yung pa sa section and then stop. Pababa. So that the whole organization will support the goal of the whole company. Pababa natin gagawin yun. So that's what we're talking about. War and battles. Yung battles yung mga pababa. And then, this should support your vision and mission. Of course, ang malayo na ginagawa mong goal. So it should support your vision and mission. And then the company goal and then department goal. Yan. You should need change of mindset and human behavior. Ganito yun. This is very, very crucial in this execution. Because the people, they don't want to do more. Diba? Gusto nila yung day-to-day plan. That's their comfort zone. Eh, nabubuhay naman kami. We can even have our salary increase. Nabubuhay na lang yung company. That's their comfort zone. But you need to change the mindset of the people. And then behavior. That they have to focus on this. Ang daming babaguhin. Like, they want to do all. Diba? They want to do all. And they want to present all activities. Eh, kailangan mag-change your mindset. Hindi ka lang, focus ka lang sa isa, dalawa. And then for those staff naman, eh, gusto ko lang ganito. You need to have a change in mindset to support the goal. Ika, gumawa ka ng additional for us to grow. Because we cannot grow this company. And your salary will not grow also if you will not support this goal. We need a change in mindset and then the behavior. Again, focus on the how or objective, not on the what or the procedures. And then the greatest challenge natin sa execution is bringing focus and direction and sustaining those actions. Most of the time kasi, diba? We have this plan. And then, parang ano lang yung diet. We have this New Year's resolution to lose weight from at the end of the year, gusto ko ng sarili ko. Wala na ako yung ginawa kung hindi makitin. But I need to do it just to sustain the actions. Kasi if I will not meet the department heads, hindi pala seryoso si ACS na gawin mo. Next week, baka hindi na gawin. So I really need to meet them. If I can't meet them, just submit to me the reports. Sabi ko, hindi ko dito. Hanggang stop namin dito. Hindi mo nababasa na lahat. So dami, but I need to do it. I need to do it. So just to sustain the actions. And then this one is absolute commitment. You need absolute commitment from each and every staff. Again, balik lang tayo dun sa, like, you involve the staff. You involve the staff on the formulation of the goals, and then the day-to-day. For staff level, what we do here is, they have reporting every day. They have reporting. We try to implement that every 30 minutes reporting. Every 30 minutes reporting, that they have to report what happened to their activities. But I think for some, it's a bit tedious. So what we do is every day, end of the day, they have to report their accomplishment, like very classical. At the end of the day, the crew of each branch of Dadas will text to us, including the ending inventory of the branch, the sales, lahat detallado yung sales and the inventory, lahat yung pati mga ilang uli, ilang manok, ilang lingko, ilang natira ng parabikyo doon, niluto ba na natira, yun. So kasama yung end of the day. Why do I do this? Hindi naman sa gusto ko lang sila magsayang ng lingko. Kasi titext nila sa boss nila eh. Yung boss ititext sa akin. Like yung supervisors, ganun din. Anong oras kayo pumasok? Anong issues and concerns in your branch? Why do we need to do this? Actually, we want the staff to be responsible and to be conscious. I want them to be conscious. Like, they will be proud to text their sales if the sales is high. Diba? Kaya laki ng benta ko. Iti-text ko to sa boss ko. Laki ng benta ko ngayon. If their sales is low, mahihiya sila mag-text, but they are required to text eh. So tomorrow, mag-aayos yun. Yung iba nag-text pa, babawi na lang ako bukas. Kasi they know their performance that day. Bilang benta ko. Yung iba nag-text, pasensya na maliit ang benta ko. Tomorrow, kahataw ako. Gano'n ang mga text ng mga crew. For us also to monitor the activities, it increase actually the productivity of the staff. Increase the productivity of the staff. Also, for your leaders, you need to check the activities. Baka kasi the staff is confused already in what to do. So every day talaga you need to see what's happening in your team. Although ako di ko na magawa yun. That's why I do that every week. And then every week for all departments. Sa supervisor or senior level, you have to do it every day and every week. Agree? Sabi ko, dami ko na gagawin. You need to set the goal. If you can set the goal every day for each staff, the better. In your personal goal, if you don't have staff, you set also your goal every day. Because you need to finish this today. At the end of the day, you will say, tapos na tapos. Because if you don't have wala. Questions? 1 hour lang. Hindi na. Okay, you have questions?